So, as of late, I have been diving a lot into the US Civil War, and I find the experience rather interesting because a lot of the interest in the US Civil War is the personalities like Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, Robert Meade. I don't think it's Robert Meade. Never mind. As you can see, I'm just a happy amateur in the US Civil War. I'm fairly certain. Was it George Meade? Oh well, never mind that. But the entire thing is like the dynamic of it. The fact that most of the officers involved knew each other, and the stakes involved and stuff like that. So I've been getting into Ultimate General Civil War, and this game is essentially, I think it was originally a game just covering Gettysburg, and it was made by a modder called DoffMod, who was very famous for making improvements to the Total War series, and the influences from Total War they're all over the place here. Either way, so I have formed my own corps here. And we have the Nordic Corps, the Nordiska Kåren, which consists of immigrants from Sweden, immigrants from Norway, and immigrants from Finland. Then we have the New York Volunteer Corps, which has one division of New Yorkers, and then we have European immigrants. Then we have the Colored Corps, which is exactly what it says on the tin. So we are going to put our Nordic Corps on the left here, and we are going to put our Colored Corps on the right, and the New York Volunteers will be attacking the center. The reason we are doing this is because the few cavalry that I got is actually with the Nordic Corps, and I want to focus my cavalry into the attack. Meanwhile, the Colored Corps are the ones that have the most infantry. Same thing with the New York Volunteer Corps. So this is going to be the Battle of Antietam, or if you are a dirty little rebel, you call it the Battle of Sharpsburg. But if anyone here calls it the Battle of Sharpsburg, you are going to be charged with treason. The Confederates have chosen to face our army near the town of Sharpsburg. The nearest bridge to the town will probably be very well defended. Act with caution. Most likely, the Confederates have their right flank anchored here. We can cross Antietam Creek using several other passages, but there is danger of a Confederate ambush or artillery bombardment from the nearby hills. The safest route to the town and the Confederate defensive line is from the north. From here we can launch our first attack, assault in safety. So putting our Nordic Brigade and its cavalry on the left flank was probably the safest thing to do. Rebels have possible hidden forces behind the hill, so we may need to secure it first. Confederate infantry has been detected hiding in these woods, and the Confederate lines probably stretch through these woods to the east. The area around the church commands their left flank and center. Reconnaissance found that the Confederate center holds the sunken road and is heavily defended with several artillery batteries. The town is covered all the way to the west by the Potomac River. If we manage to block this road, the Confederates will be cut off from the reinforcements and will have a chance to surround and completely destroy them. If you know your Civil War history, that is what McLean failed to do. So our primary concern will be to beat the Confederates in the field. Our secondary concern will be to try and block the enemy retreat. So the first attack will advance south. And these woods are defended by Confederate infantry, numbers unknown. And we need to secure this hill, obviously. But our main goal is to capture the Dunker Church area, which will allow our forces to further advance towards the town and the Confederate center. The rebel positions are going to be reinforced continuously from the south, so we need to act fast and gain the momentum. If you meet stiff resistance, you are advised to establish a strong defensive position and wait for the rest of our forces, which will arrive in 2 hours. So here we have my first corps. We have Gula Brigaden, Vita Brigaden. Vita Brigaden is the Finnish forces. Gula Brigaden is Swedish. Blå Brigaden is also Swedish. Röda Brigaden are Norwegians. Then we have Svea Rytterikår och Jyllands Rytterikår. These are our cavalry, Swedish and Danish. Then we have Karlskanoner och Oskarskanoner. These are our artillerymen, named for Swedish kings. So the first thing we are gonna do is we are gonna send infantry to this location, and Blå Brigaden and Röda Brigaden are going to take up positions. Wait, we are gonna form you up there. I'm gonna form up my artillerymen around here, and we are also going to send up our cavalry to have a look towards the hill. I want to secure the hill before I secure the church for the reason that I don't want the Confederates to fire at my flank when I'm advancing on the church. But at the same time, if I take this position first, then I will have a strong position to launch a 2-pronged assault. So we are also going to make sure that our supply train is hanging by here, and we are going to increase speed of it a little bit. Now, if the enemy has already deployed insufficiently protected artillery here... Oh, cavalry battle. It's enemy cavalry under Munford. Move forward and take the hill. We also got enemy cavalry under Hampton. Well, teach them. Actually, I think that we will be sending the infantry on a line here, and we'll just use 1 infantry brigade to secure this hill. Keep moving, boys. Line up the cannon there. Oh, we got reinforcements. Telemarken Rytterikår. So we got increased cavalry presence here. We got... I didn't really expect to order a charge there, but so far I'm not actually complaining, because that charge is actually efficient. But we need these men to go double quick and stay right there. Gula Brigaden is retreating. I suppose it was too much to ask for them to actually... Yeah, our cannon are in position. That's great. We're gonna send our Telemarken Rytterikår here to capture the enemy supplies. Oh, it's Stonewall Jackson with his Louisiana Tigers in the cornfield. Gula Brigaden has reformed. You are clear to engage. Move down the flank. Alright, you know how to handle a stone wall, right? Shot. Shoot at it. Okay, we have captured the enemy supplies have surrendered. I'm going to send my cavalry here through these woods, and we are gonna see if we can't handle. Yeah, we got their guns right there. Charge the guns. We got Pash Pogar, which is another artillery unit, and Illinois guns, as well as the Andover Brigade. Keep charging, boys. Show that Stonewall that he is nothing. Nothing. We are currently routing... Yeah, my cavalry is currently routing. The Stonewall Brigade had reformed behind. The cavalry under Munford was trying to flank us, but that didn't work out for them. So we are going to line up our artillery in a line here. We're also going to move up our supplies. Warren's men are retreating. Charge them. The Louisiana Tigers are reforming to our front. Fire into Walker. Gula Brigaden. Finish off Stark. Wait, actually, let's have the Andover Brigade and the Silver Hill Brigade move in more towards that area. And since they are fresh troops, they can move in. Law Brigaden, you seem to not draw that much attention right now. Fire into Walker. The Brigaden, charge. We have forced this withdrawal of Stark. Double quick into the tree line. $100 for the man who captures Jackson. Stark and Early are still trying to hold the tree line. March. You're clear to fire into Douglas. The Silver Hill Brigade is actually charging Douglas Brigade. Blue Brigaden, fall back, fall back. They're not gonna survive that. However, the guns under Frobel are now very vulnerable to a cavalry charge. So the Andover Brigade will handle the Tigers, the reformed Tigers, and the Silver Hill Brigade will also advance through the forest and try to finish off Stark. Law Brigaden is retreating in poor order. The Anderson... Okay, we have orders to attack Sunken Road. The first wave revealed the Confederate intentions to hold their line and defend the town. Now we can send our rest of the forces. We must take Dunker Road and we need to take Sunken Road. So we need to basically hold the hilltops there. And we have our other corps moving in. Right now, so we can move our forces across and put pressure on the enemy in that direction. The Louisiana Tigers are severely reduced, and the Silver Hill Brigade is also advancing. Charge! Walker is withdrawing, but Warren is putting fire into the White Brigade. We're putting fire onto Stark. Put fire onto Early. Law Brigaden is engaging Law. Move up the Anderson Brigade now, double quick. McLean is moving across... How do you pronounce that? McClellan, I think it is. He's moving his corps across the bridge. Stonewall Jackson is retreating to the church. Not much of a Stonewall here. Whatever he's put up so far has broken. Charge Stark's brigade, finish them off. I don't want them to interfere with our flank again. Law is retreating in poor order. The Texas Brigade has been located. Take him out. Gula Brigaden, stand firm. Form up on Anderson's left. Form up on the... Oh, we got trouble here. Brigades, double quick. Form up now. Prepare to receive the enemy. The New Jersey guns and the I can't even pronounce the bloody name. Charge. Put some fire into those boys. I trust in your desire to attack the enemy. The Andersonville Brigade has engaged in melee with the Texas Brigade. The Stonewall Brigade is re-engaging. The Silver Hill Brigade is exhausted, but they can fire into Stonewall either way. Telemarken and Jyllands Rytterikorps are in a good position here. Svea Rytterikorps can charge the Texans and finish them off. Stonewall Brigade is withdrawing yet again. It seems like we've actually hit, we actually reached some of the reduced enemy units, and it's also reducing the enemy in terms of their reserves here, because we are attacking them from two directions, and our cavalry is moving in on the Texas Brigade has reformed. The cavalry will not be able to survive that charge. Fall back. Law Brigaden, move up. Infantry, forward. Give Anderson a harsh lesson. The enemy cavalry near the church, as well as Law's infantry near the church, are being forced to withdraw. Charge! Up the hill! I don't know what my cavalry is doing in the middle of the front line, but they're not really supposed to be there. The Barksdale Brigade is moving in, but they will be under a torrent of fire. Speaking of a torrent of fire, we'll have to move up our artillery into better positions. Also, we are getting reinforcements. The Paris Brigade, the London Brigade, the Budapest Brigade. My second corps is advancing as we speak. Can someone please send a runner to Jackson and ask if he wants to surrender yet? We're sending our troops straight to the front lines. Gibraltar guns, you'll also be moving forward. My battered brigades will take up a position alongside the church. All-out assault. I say again, we are committing to an all-out assault. Move up the battery up the hill. Andersonville Brigade, move. Put some fire into those dirty rebels. Rhodes is withdrawing. Good show. The 4th Colored are engaging McCrae. McCrae are commanding elite troops, so this is going to be a bit of an unfair fight. But if we move up the first color to support and some moral support from their commander, that should do it. Poor Anderson. I don't know if it's the same Anderson, but for some reason, a guy named Anderson has essentially gotten his troops demolished by me in just about every fucking battle so far. Remember, lads, there is $100 for the man who brings me Jackson, dead or alive. First colored, move in to secure the gap. Fire into Douglas. I like how it says that Anderson's division is preparing for a counterattack, because the Anderson's division... Oh, there's General Longstreet. $100 for the man who captures Longstreet. We're going to have to move some fresh troops into the fray. But they can move up here. And that'll be the end of it. The Andover Brigade can move up here and fire into Pearson and see if we can silence his guns. Unfortunately, I'm also a bit worried about my flank here, but not too worried because we are currently pushing into the rebel position. Fire into Ramsden. You're clear to engage. Actually, you two move forward. Lowbligarden, forward. Doublegarden, forward. Charge Barksdale's men. I want a general charge here, so we remove roads and the artillery under Frobel from the field. The Berlin and the Paris Brigade can resume operations there. Looks like our boys are being subject of a counterattack here, but that won't avail them. London Brigade, Budapest Brigade, and Brooklyn Brigade, and the Manhattan Brigade will move in to assist. Double quick now. During this campaign, one of the mistakes General Lee did was when he moved into what was essentially a neutral state. They essentially caught every person of color they could find and rounded them up for slavery, either for the army or the southern states. And that actually annoyed a lot of the people in the state, who essentially said, "Hey, General Lee, you're fucking invading a neutral state. Stop fucking doing that." And that is going to be an interesting little bit of tidbit for you here, as we see the Confederate forces get smashed by my fresh units here. Oh, Armistead! Hello, Armistead! If you surrender now, we can introduce you to General Hancock. I don't have General Hancock with me in my army, but hey, if you want the introduction to General Hancock, we can arrange it. Both Longstreet and Jackson are... Wait a minute, where's the sunken road? Okay, so essentially we need to... This Brooklyn Brigade just walked straight into that, and that was not on. We need to protect the guns. Charge. I don't really know what the Silver Hill Brigade is doing, but we can move up the London Brigade here, and we can move up the Silver Hill Brigade there. Beulah Garden is one of, since it is one of my elite units, we can move it in there. Looks like we... Where did my cavalry go? We got some... We can push the cavalry into a position here, and you can charge the enemy artillery I can't really spare an elite unit here for the guarding of that area, so we're gonna change them out. The Andersonville Brigade is not as skilled, but they are reduced, so we are gonna move one of my elite units onto the field. The Brooklyn Brigade is also one of my elite units, so they'll move into the fray now. The only fresh units I have on the field are essentially the colored brigades, because they were newly raised. But the cavalry is fresh and should be able to handle the enemy artillery. We can also move up the cavalry brigade to the forest, double quick. Vita Brigaden can stay and protect the... We can also move up the Roman. Come on now. Excellent. The enemy is retreating in poor order. The Brooklyn Brigade can engage prior and coming. And we can move McLean a little bit further away. Beulah Brigade, London Brigade, and Armistead. Advance. Law Brigade, advance. Paris Brigade, advance. Lost Brigade is completely broken. Charge them. You have the skill to do it. The rebels and the Sems have surrendered. We're moving them back. Third colored, move up. Silver Hill Brigade, move up. London Brigade, move up. We have secured the sunken road and is contesting it at this point. Brooklyn Brigade, fire into Cummings. He's had it coming. I don't know how Stonewall Jackson really intends to. Anderson has surrendered. Move Anderson back to the prisoner of war detention area. Right, move up on the flank. Paris Brigade, Lobbligaden. Move up and finish this. Oh, there's General Longstreet. Svea Rytterikår. Remember, there's $100 if you capture Longstreet. And that's for every man. Every man who participates in the capture of Longstreet or Jackson gets $100. Actually, charge. 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 Rout him. Lobbligaden and the Paris Brigade are currently closing the sack here. Where are you gonna run to, Jackson? Where are you gonna run to? Move up the Brooklyn Brigade further up on the flank. The Paris Brigade is currently charge those cannon before they fire into you. I say again, charge those cannon before they fire into you. Victory for the Union. The Lisbon, yep. We're moving fresh troops into the fray now. Our cannons are still Yeah, our cannons are actually fairly out of ammunition because they moved away from their ammunition carts. The Trafalgar guns and the Battery Park guns are still unengaged under Brewster. Jackson is trying to rally his troops. That doesn't seem to go very well. Oh, we got more artillery under Lee here. I'm sending cavalry to help you out with those. Looks like we have to detach some of our men. Ripley has surrendered. Ripley has oh, wait. That was a fake surrender. That's a war crime. You can't just surrender just because you want us to stop shooting for a moment. And then when Jackson comes about, just pretend you never did it. That's fucking disgusting. Keep firing into Ripley's men, boys. Jackson has disappeared from the field. I wonder if that means we killed General Jackson. Because if we manage to do that, then that's kind of huge. Longstreet is moving in. We must pass the bridge. Okay, so we got the 10th Colored and Staten Island guns. And the enemy we need to secure the actual city of Sharpsburg, but I got fresh troops for that, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so the 11th, 12th, we got fresh troops here. They'll move in on the bridge, and I'll have my cannon standing by. Yeah, we got lots of fresh troops here, but the enemy doesn't really have that much in terms of. I mean, what they already have on the field are units that we essentially broken. Posey has surrendered. Move Posey to the prisoner of war detention area. Charge the enemy wait, do not charge the enemy cavalry. Take their supplies. Yes, take those supplies, please. The enemy guns under Jones seems to be vulnerable. You can take those, and we can move the supplies backwards. The supplies have surrendered. Good show. 6th Colored, 12th Colored, 11th Colored, bayonets. Manhattan Brigade and 1st Colored, move forward. Paris Brigade and Silver Hill Brigade, move forward. 8th Colored, finish off Pryor. Oh, looks like we got Hampton coming in with 200 men. But the New Jersey guns have simply turned to handle him. But we also got the infantry moving up double quick to support him. The enemy is falling back out of our fire sack, which is good because we couldn't really keep up the engagement for all that long. Instead, we are going to start a new firing line right here. Our men have secured the bridge, and they'll start crossing it right now. I'll leave the 10th Colored in defense of the bridge, and I'll move for the Staten Island and Rhode Island guns to provide fire support from this location. I think we got a decent chance here to put some dents into the rebel army. Double quick. If we can array our forces right here, then we should be good. city of Sharpsburg looks like Pendleton is moving away. The Silver Hill Brigade is currently moving into the city at this time. I don't know why my cavalry decided they wouldn't try to silence those guns, but if you could please silence those guns, I would be grateful. Looks like there's a lot of cannon here, but it doesn't appear to be much infantry guarding said cannon, which is a good thing for me. Oh, Anderson. Didn't Anderson surrender? Don't we already have... Yeah, we do have Anderson here. And Anderson who surrendered. So there are... we have confirmed the existence of several Anderson brigades. Looks like Anderson and Kemper are trying to get some shit done here. We have captured Sharpsburg, and we are currently trying to reduce. Could you please just charge those cannons so they don't fire at you, please? As for you, you will be moving up on the main front and supporting the colored units as they advance. We got the 9th colored ready to send into the fray as well, so we are deploying them as well into the main front here. We're going to try and establish another fire sack here and complete the destruction of the enemy army. Why on earth do you people not want to charge that artillery battery? Either way, Walker is retreating in good order. Looks like one of the few units still remaining on the field that can offer decent resistance is Drayton. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit now. We're being flanked. The 9th colored will have to take on Garnet and his skirmisher line in the woods. The 6th, that's too late for the 6th colored, sadly, because they are already retreating. The 12th colored will have to engage Kemper. The 11th colored will move in on Anderson. We are... For some reason, Sharpsburg is still registering as... I do have a lot of fresh troops here, so I'm just gonna move these in towards Sharpsburg. I haven't even deployed most of those yet. Also, we have some units here that are clearly rested and good to go, so they'll also be moving towards the front line. We should also try and create a grand battery here with as many of our cannon as we can. Sorry. And we can place that around this hill right there. Especially as we have captured some supplies there. The Budapest Brigade can keep protecting this area. We can keep the Jersey guns where they are. And victory. The total tally is that we won. We lost 10,000 men. The enemy lost 26,000 men. We lost 2 guns. The enemy lost a shit ton of guns. We lost about 900 cavalry. The enemy lost about the same. And we don't have any missing, but the enemy does have about 1,000 men missing. So James Longstreet, William Pendleton, Thomas Jackson, and James Stewart all failed. Victory conditions: we held Sharpsburg, we held the Sunken Road, we held the Dunkard Church. And as you can see, there are also draw conditions, and this is a part I like about this game, that it is highly possible to lose a battle. And all that happens is essentially that it won't go as well next time. So we got a number of promotions going on here, but Kelly and Walton were wounded. This is actually interesting because I was actually interested to know if oh, and we got a lot of shit captured here, so that's good as well. And that concludes the victory of Antietam. I can't even pronounce it properly. But this will probably be a great stepping stone for us as we continue the fight against the rebellious South and their vile practices.